Students, and welcome back to Roshni Engineering Hub. In this video, we'll study about the data models in DBMS in a very easy and simple words. We will cover that what are data models, what are their types with examples, their uses and needs. Everything we will cover in this video. And also you will get the notes in the description box. So please do check it there and also join the Telegram group for all the notes material of every topic. And if you understand the topic or have any doubts, so please let me know in the comment box and do like the video and subscribe to the channel for more such easy explanation videos. Now, so before understanding the data models, first think of a map. So map shows us the places in a very easy and understandable way. Okay, even though the real world is very complicated. So similarly, the data model is the map of the database. So simply the data model is the representation of data, that how our data is stored, connected and accessed in the database. Let's write its definition also. What is this? Data model is a representation of data, that how data is stored, connected and accessed in the database. Okay, I hope you clear with that. What is data models? It tells us about that how data is stored, how the data is arranged and how the different data items are related and what rules must the data follows. And also the data models help the database designers to plan the structure of database before creating it. So this is all about what is data model. Let's move forward with the types of data models. Let's see the types. See, mainly there are the three types of data models and rest we have the subtypes of that. What are the main types? See, first is the object based. Okay, and second is the record based. And third is the physical data model. Okay, so these are the three main types of data models, subtypes of each. See, first is object based. So in object based we have the two types of data models. First is the ER model and second is the object oriented. This is first and this is second. Okay, and in record based we have the three types. What are they? Hierarchical, relational and network. Okay, in record based we have the three subtypes. What are they? Hierarchical data model, relational data model and the network data models. And in physical, see in physical we does not have the subtypes, but still we can write it as it is the internal storage, we can say as the file structure. So these are the types of the data models. Now we will study each of the data models in detail. And one more thing, see these two models, what the ER model and the rational model. Okay, these both data models are very important from the exam point of view. Rest are also important, but okay, that are not much asked in exams. These two are mostly asked in your exams. Okay, so we will discuss these two in details and rest on we will discuss in brief. If you want to write it down or take the screenshot, take it. Then we will discuss first object based data model. Object based data model. So basically what is object based data models? See, object based data model is that how users sees the data, that is the conceptual level of the database, which we have already seen in the three schema architecture, that what is conceptual level of database, that it describes how the user sees the data or the user view of the data. Let's write it here. focus on how user see the data, that is the conceptual level. Okay, so these models basically does not worry about that how data is stored physically. Okay, it just shows that what data is stored in the database and how the different data are related to each other. Now let's discuss the types of object-based data model, which we have two types, that is the ER model and the object-oriented. So first we will discuss the ER model. Now what is ER model? ER model means the entity relationship model. Let's write it here. This is the entity relationship. Okay, ER means the entity relationship. Now what is entity? Entity is the real world objects. What are the real world objects? Is called as the entity. And their relationship, it is called as the entity relationship data model. This is the most important data model in compared to the rest of data models. Okay, so this is must asked in your exam. So let's discuss that. See, ER model, it represents data using three things. What are they? First is entity, second is the attribute, and third is the relationships. And what are these three? Let's write it here. Okay, it represents data using, first is the entity. Entity, I have told you, it is the real world objects. For example, is the student, teacher, course, whatever real world objects we are known is it the entity. And second, I have said as the attribute. Attribute is the property of entity. Okay, so entity, see, attribute is the properties of the entity. What are the properties of the entity is called as the attribute. Like suppose entity we have the student. So attributes are the student name, student ID, student mark, everything. What are the properties is called as the attribute of that entity. Third is the relationship. It is the connection between entities. Okay, suppose entities we have the student and the course. So relationship we can write it as, just take the example like student enrolls in the course. Okay, so this is the relationship between two entities. Let me explain you with the example so you will clear more easily. Okay, okay, now we will also see the ER diagram. So first we will write the example. See, example of entity we will take it as student. Okay, and attribute we will can take it as, suppose student ID. So it is the attribute of the entity, or sorry, we can say is the property of the entity. Then relationship. Suppose it's example, we'll write it here. Student enrolls in course. Okay. Here we will take student and course. So these are the two entities. Okay. Then we have taken the relationship as student enrolls in the course. Okay. So now see, this can be shown using the ER diagram with different shapes like rectangle, diamond. Let's write the or make the ER diagram of this example. What are the entity? Entity को हम we will denote it as the with rectangle. Okay, and attribute, and here is relationship. Attribute we will denote it with the oval shape and relationship with the diamond. So here see, we have taken the student enrolls in course. Let's make the ER diagram of this. So student and course are the entity. So we will denote it with the rectangle. So here it is the student. Okay, and here we will take a course which will also in the diamond. So here we will take a diamond shape and we will join this both. And we also have the attribute as the student ID. Suppose we also have name or marks. Okay, and we also have to mention this. So student, we will write it as here name in the oval shape because the attribute is denoted with the oval. Okay, marks and the student ID. Okay, so this is the ER diagram. We will write it as the, this is the ER diagram. Okay, so I hope you clear that how we draw the ER diagram with the entity, attribute and the relationship. See, it is mainly used during the database design to understand everything clearly before the implementation. Okay, so I hope you are clear with the ER model. See, this is a very big as well as the important topic, so we will cover it in very detail in the separate video. Okay, so I have just given you the brief. You can say as a brief introduction of the ER model. So we will discuss it in detail in the separate video. Right now we are studying the data model. Therefore, we have seen it is only a brief. If you want to take the screenshot or write it down, take it. Now, the second type of the object-based data model is the object-oriented. Let's discuss that. Object-oriented. This model represents the data using the objects, just like the object-oriented programming. So it will support the OOPS concepts like the polymorphism, inheritance, encapsulation, all the object-oriented programming concepts. Okay, let's write it here. Represent data in form of object, like object-oriented programming. And here, see, object contains the attribute and the methods. Object contains attributes and method. See, attributes we have already discussed. What are the methods? Methods means like I have told you like what are the object-oriented programming concepts, which are the inheritance or the polymorphism or the encapsulation. Okay, so these are the methods and attributes. I have told you these are the properties of the entities. Let's understand object-oriented with the example. See, suppose we have a car as object. Okay, car we are having as a object and its attribute are, okay, its attribute are, suppose its color, price or model. What is the model of car? These are the attributes of the car. And method, suppose we have as start, stop. Suppose these are the two methods of the car. So like suppose we take as an example of a sports car. Suppose we are having a sports car. So sports car will inherit all the properties of the car. Okay, and it will also may have a external features. So sports car can inherit properties of the car but may have many extra features. Okay, so inherent property, this is the concept of the object oriented programming. So sports car can inherit the properties of the car. Obviously it is a car, so it will having all the properties of the car, and as it is the sports car, so it may have the extra features. Okay, so this is the example of object oriented data model. I hope you are clear with this also. If you want to write it down or take the screenshot of this. Now the next type we have the record based. Let's discuss the second type. It is the record based data model. This is the data in form of records or rows which are grouped into the tables or the relations. And each record or rows contains a column or the fields where each field holds a piece of information. See, let's write it here, then you will understand it better. It data in form of record. See, records, we will write it here as records or rows which are grouped into tables. Tables is also known as the relations. And here each row or record contain column. Column is also known as the field where each column will contain some piece of information. This is the record based data model. See what it tells, that it organizes the data in form of records. Okay, it's organized the data in form of record which are grouped into tables. Obviously the rows will be grouped into the tables. We will take a first row, second row, third row. So it will contain or it will be organized in the form of table. Now, and the each rows will obviously contain a column. Like if we are making a table, so these are the columns and these are the rows. So each row will be containing a column. Suppose if we are having this row, okay, so this row having this column, this row will have this column, and this row will have this column. So where the each column will contain a some piece of information. Obviously, suppose it is a student table. So first column is of student ID, second column is of student name, and third column is of student name or marks, anything. So each column will contain some piece of information. Okay, that first row is having the student ID. So all the rows of that column will have the student ID. So this is the what the record based data model means. So simply record based data model are those store the data in the form of tables which will contain the rows and columns, in which the rows are called as the records and columns are called as the fields. Okay, I hope you clear that what the record based data model means. Okay, now we will see the types of the record based data model. First we will discuss of hierarchical. The hierarchical data model will organize the data in the form of tree-like structure, in which the parent may have the many child, but each child is only having a one parent. This is the one-to-many relationship. These data models are used in the old systems like the early banking system. Okay, so I hope you clear that what the hierarchical. If I let's write it here. See, it organizes the data in the form of tree-like structure. Organize data in tree-like structure, and it is the one-to-many relationship. One-to-many relationship means the one parent may have the many children, but the each children is having only one parent. Okay, this is the meaning of the one-to-many relationship. Let's understand the hierarchical data model with the help of an example. See, in example, suppose we are having a table of the company. Okay, we are having a company table. In company table, suppose we are having the column of department and employee name and the employee ID. columns of the company table, which are the department, employee name and the employee ID. Let's fill the table. Suppose in the department we are having the HR department, IT department and the sales department. Okay. And in employee name, suppose we will take it as ABCD. Okay, we are having the 5 rows. Okay, 5 employees. Now, in employee ID, suppose E01, E02, E03, E04 and E05. Okay, so this is the data of the company. Okay, now I have told here that it is organized in the tree-like structure. So let's make the tree-like structure of this table. How we will make? See, suppose first of all we will write here as the company. We are having the table name as company. So here we will write a company. That company we are having the 3 departments, HR, IT and the sales. So we will write here 3 departments. What are they? First is the HR, then second is the IT and third is the sales. Okay, in HR we are having the 2 employees and in IT also we are having the 2 employees and in sales we are having only 1 employee. So in HR we are having A and B, IT we are having C and D and in sales we are having E. So this is the tree-like structure of this table. This tree-like structure, see, each child is having only one parent. Okay, A is having one parent, B is also having one parent, E is also having one parent. But see, one parent may have the many children, which also I have written here, one to many relationship. Okay, I hope you clear with this. One more thing, see, this is the company. So this is the root node. Okay, this is the parent node and this is the child node. Okay, clear? I hope you understand the hierarchical data model also clearly. So if you want to take the screenshot, take it. Yes, now we will discuss the second type of the record based data model, that is the network data model. Second is the network. See, here the data is organized in the form of age and the nodes. What are nodes and what are ages? Right, let's write it here. Data is organized in form of nodes and ages. Now what are nodes? Nodes means the entities. And I have told you what are entities. Entities are the real world object. And what are ages? Ages is the relationship. This represents the relationship and nodes is the entities which are the real world objects. See, in this there can be multiple parents and child relationship. Okay, so therefore this is the many to many relationship. Which now we have discussed the hierarchical, which was the one to many. This is the many to many relationship. Many relationship. Like hierarchical was having only, see, in that the child is having only one parent, but in this network data model the child may have the multiple parents. And also see, the network data model is perfect when we are having the complex relationship. Why? Because it allows the multiple connections of entities. And also see, the network data model is very rarely used data model. Now let's understand the network data model with the help of an example. Suppose we are having a table, it's in which the column is of student, second is of course, and third is of instructor. Okay. And here, suppose student we will have as A, B, C, D, and again we will take as D. Okay. And in course, suppose we are having the DBMS. We will also take as DBMS. Here we will take as OS, DBMS, and again OS. And in instructor, suppose we have a professor A. Here also we have a professor A. And here we have a professor B. Again a professor A and professor B. See, in here, the student A is enrolled in the course DBMS, which is taught by the instructor Professor A. And here we are having the student D, which has enrolled in both courses, DBMS also and OS also, okay, which is taught by the Professor A and B. So here it is showing the many-to-many relationship. See, here we have the three nodes, and nodes are the entities. So here we are having the three entities. The first is student, course, and the instructor. So here the course node is connecting the instructor and the student. I told you that child may have the multiple parents. So here the student D is having the enrolled in the two courses. So here it is the child. Suppose it is the child is having the two parents. Let's draw the clear structure so you will clear better. See. Suppose here we are having the two professors, Professor A and Professor B. This is the Professor A and this is Professor B. Now see, the Professor A is taught the DBMS and Professor B is taught in the OS. DBMS and here is OS. Now the DBMS, in DBMS the three student is enrolled and in OS 2. Okay. In DBMS we are having the A, B and D. And here also OS, here is D and C. Okay. So can we write it here as D, we will take it as common. Okay, so now I hope you are clear with this. Like see, here A is having one parent, B is having also one parent, but the D is having the two parents. So it has now become the many-to-many relationship. By the parent is also having the multiple child and child is also having the multiple parents. Therefore, it is the many-to-many relationship. So I have taught you with the example also. I hope you clear with the network data model. Okay, now if you want to take the screenshot, take it or write it down. Yes. Now the third record-based data model type is the relational data model. Relational data model. This is the simplest and the most widely used data model. It stores the data in the form of tables, which is having the rows and columns. Let's write here. See, it is having the record-based data model. It is also a type of record-based also. So it will also store the data in the form of table only, like the network data model. It stores data in table. Tables we have called it as relations with rows. Rows is also called as records. And column is also called as fields. Or we can also write it here as attributes. Column is also called as the fields or the attributes. Okay. I have already told you that the relational data model is very widely used data model. So this data model is used in the modern databases like the MySQL or PostgreSQL. Okay. And here the relationship are built using the keys. Now what are keys? We will study it later. Let's write it here. Relationship are established using keys. Now let's understand the relational data model using the examples of one more clearly. Okay, let's take the example. See, suppose we are having the entities of student, course, and enrollment. Okay, now we will make the three tables. One of course, one of student, and one of enrollment. First, we will draw the table of the student. See, in student table, we are having the three columns or three attributes as the student ID, name, and age. Student ID, suppose we are having S01, S02, S03, and name, suppose we will take as a three entries only. See, name we will take it as A, B, and C, and age suppose 20, 21, and 19. Now we will make the second table of the course. In course, we are having the attributes as course ID, course name, and the instructor. Course ID, suppose it is C01, C02, and C03. And course is suppose DBMS, OS, and CN. CN which is computer network, and OS is the operating system. Instructor, suppose we are having the Professor A, Professor B, and Professor C. Table of the enrollment. Now, enrollment is having the columns of student ID, course ID, and the grade. Student ID, suppose we are having S01, S02, S03, and again S01. And suppose in course ID we are having C01, C01, C02, and C03. And in grade, suppose A, B, A, B. See here, now we have created all the three tables which is of student, and in student table it stores the data of the student. So second we are having the course table, it stores all the data of the course, and the third table we are having of the enrollment, which link the student and the course table using the foreign key. Now what is foreign key? See, foreign key is used to link or establish the relationship between the tables. What are these keys? We will study it later in a videos, and detail we will study all the keys, because there are many other types of keys also. See, here we are having the many to many relationship between the student and the course, and this relationship is handled by the enrollment table. Hierarchical and network, we have drawn the tree-like structure. We do not need to draw it here. We can just join it like this. Now see, here we do not need to write the whole table. We can just take the information whatever we need. Like suppose take the example. Suppose we are having here the student ID as S01. Okay, and S01, from this table we will get the S01 is enrolled in the C01 course, and C01 course was the DBMS. So from this table we will get the information that S01 student we can say as the student ID with S01 has enrolled in the course name of DBMS, whose instructor is Professor A, and whose grade is the A. Okay, so we do not need to combine both the tables and write the full table. Okay, we have just joined these two tables with the foreign key, and we have established a new table. So to take the any information of any student, we can take from this enrollment table. Okay, I have given you the example of student S01 or student A also. Okay, see, one more thing, the information we get here is that the student A or with the student ID S01 has enrolled in the two courses, not one. Here is S01 and here also we are having the S01. Okay, so student S01 and or the name who is A S01 has course ID has enrolled in DBMS also, and the C03 it is the CN. Okay, so student with student ID S01 has enrolled in the two courses, which is the DBMS and CN, which is taught by the Professor A and Professor C, who has given the grade in DBMS. He has got the grade as A, and in the CN he has got the grade as the B. Okay, so from this table we can easily find the information of any student. Okay, I hope you clear with this relational data model also. Okay, if you want to take the screenshot or write it down, write it. Yes, now we have studied the two types of data models, which was the object based and the record based. Now we will discuss the third data model, which is the physical data model. Third type is the physical data model. See, this model describes that how the data is stored in the database. Therefore, it is called as the internal level of the database. See, users don't see this model. This model is mainly used by the database administrator or the system designers. Okay. So, this the model focuses on the implementation details of the database, like how the data is stored in the disk, or what indexing techniques is used, or how the records are arranged, or how data blocks and files are organized, or how the data is accessed easily. These all implementation details are being focused in this physical data model. Or we can say that simply how the data is being looked inside the storage system. Let's write it down here. Describes how data is actually stored in the database, that is internal level of the database. It focuses on implementation details. Okay, so now let's understand the physical data model with the help of an example. Suppose in example, suppose we are having an entity of student, or we are having the student table. Okay, entity, we have the student. It is having the data of the student ID, name, age, city. Okay. Suppose these are the data which the student entity or the student table is having. Now the physical model will tell us the exact technical storage of this data. So what are the technical storage details? Let's understand that. See, first of all the details, suppose like the table name. Table name is the student. Suppose it is stored as student table dot db. Okay. Then the location on disk is, suppose data database and the student table.db. Okay, suppose this is the location where the our student table is stored. Now we are having the column with the real data type. Suppose we are having the columns with their real data types. As column we are having the student ID, city. Student ID is of int data type, which is the primary key also. And the name is of var data types of right 50, and age is of tiny int data type, and city is again of varchar. Suppose 30. Okay. And suppose the storage it will take as suppose 4 byte, and name is of 50 byte, age is of suppose 1 byte, and city is of suppose 30 bytes. These are some of the storage details. Like the table name, let's write it here with the table name, stored as or location, here we will take it as data types. So these are some of the details of our storage of this data. Okay, we have taken, see, we are having the student data, we are having the student table. So table name is the student where it is stored as the student table dot db. What is the location of that table where it is stored? And suppose the column with the data types are student IDs of int, which is of 4 byte. This is the details of the storage. Okay, this is the storage size. So it is also come under the storage details only. Name is of suppose 50 byte, age is of 1 byte, city is of 30 bytes. Let's take more storage details like of indexes. Suppose the primary index created on student ID and secondary on the suppose name. Suppose this is the index details. Now what is index or what is indexing? Indexing improves the speed of searching or the retrieving of data. Here is one more. Let's write it here. Storage format. Suppose the table is stored in blocks of 8 KB, okay, or stored in zip-like format. So these all are the physical details of this table. Table name, storage, what are the data types, or what are the storage details of the all the columns, what are the means, what are the size. These columns is having indexes, storage format. Like storage format, it is stored in blocks of 8 KB. 8 KB is the size of the data, and it is stored in a zip-like format. This is the storage format. Okay, so this is the physical data model which talks about the actual file storage. Okay, if you want to take the screenshot or write it down, write it. So now we have discussed the types of the data models. Now the last topic we will discuss the needs of the data model, that why the data models are being important or why it is used. Let's discuss the needs. First need was that it makes the complex data easy to understand. Okay, makes complex data easy to understand. Second need is that it helps in the designing of the database. Helps in designing database. Third importance is show the relationships clearly. data models are being used to show the relationships clearly. What are the relations? Like we have seen in the tree-like structure of the hierarchical also, in the network model also, in the relational model also. Like if the two tables are being combined, then how we will take the data easily. Okay, so this shows the relationship very clearly. And the fourth need is it helps avoiding mistakes in the final database. Okay, which I have also told you in the ER model that the database designer is what doing? It is doing that with the help of the data models. It is first planning the structure of the database, okay, before creating the database. So the planning, so the final database which will be created, it is avoiding by the mistakes, okay, which we will avoid the mistakes in the structure. First we will making the structure, then we will create the database. So whatever the mistakes are being created, it will be avoiding that with the help of data model. Then the fifth is simple queries and data access. See, with the help of the data model, we can simply, it is having a simple queries, okay, and we will simply access the data. Okay, I have taught you in every example that how we can take the data, like whatever in the tree-like structure or in the relational, that how we can see that our data, whatever we need, we can see from that easily. Okay, I hope you clear with the needs also. If you want to take the screenshot, take it now. So that is for today's video. I hope you clear with what is data model, what are their types, and why we need data models. Now if you found the video helpful, please like the video and do comment in the comment box, share with your friends, and also don't forget to subscribe the channel for more such easy explanation videos. See you in the next video. Till then, keep learning and keep growing. Thank you for watching.